Hello everyone, this is Brian Hansen from the Bible Animated. In this two-part series of tutorials, I'm going to be showing you how to create a setup sort of like the one that I used in the Truth book for the Garden of Gethsemane scene. I had a lot of trees here I wanted to put in, and I wanted it so I could move the camera and the trees would still face at my camera. But if I moved my camera up and down, I didn't want the trees tilting, which they would do if I used a billboard particle system. So in the first tutorial, I'm just going to be showing you how to have the planes set up that they always point on the X and Y to the camera. And in the second tutorial, excuse me, I'll be showing you how to set up the textures here. So when we render, we'll actually get shadows using the alpha transparency on the plants, and we'll be using the alpha on the plants, so we'll get edges like this and not blue squares around them. So that'll be in part 2 of the tutorial. And in part 1, I'll just be showing you how to set up the planes to track through the camera. I'm just going to cancel this render here because it'll show me what it has. See, we have all our trees, or some of them anyways, and the shadows casted. These are just flat planes. This goes a lot faster than if we actually were to create 3D trees, which is why I chose to use it and why a lot of others choose to use it. So let's get started. Control X to create a new scene. Delete out the cube. Let's create an empty right away and rename that to track, and then go under constraints and copy location, just X and Y of camera here, and it'll immediately jump underneath the camera. Oops. So if we go here, we can move the camera around, and that's now following it. Then right away, let's create another empty. Select camera, shift select to the empty, Control T, and track 2. And that just sets it up so wherever I put my camera, it always points at the 0, 0, 0 coordinates in my 3D scene. Okay, so now onto putting the plane in here. Mesh plane. Okay, same thing more or less. Add constraints here, except this time it's actually at track 2. And then we'll just change this to negative Y and X, nope, negative X and Y. One of these, oh, because you have to put an object in. How do we put an object in? That'll be camera again. Or no, wait, we don't want to use camera. That'll be track. There we go. So now, if we move the camera around, that points at the camera. And if we go right above it, we'll notice. Let me zoom in so we can get right above it here. We will notice that it points straight up. There, we can make it so we can't see it anymore. So that's pretty much the basic setup. Now, because no one would really want their plane sitting half on the ground, let me show you how to fix that. If we were just to grab it and pull it up one unit, we'll notice it does lean. So we have to undo that with Control Z, or you could just move it down one unit. Zoom in on a side view like this, or even one of these views will work. Any view will work, as long as it's not the top view. Go into edit mode, select all with A, and then move it up one unit. And that just moves where our object center is. So the object center is not, it's now still at the 0 location on Z, but so it's at the bottom of the plane. And then, let me just, if we render the scene, wow, we have our plane. And if we move our camera, so we'll have some light on the plane again. Plane always points on the X and Y to the camera. And actually it's pointing to the empty, which is under the camera, because the empty is copying the X and the Y of the camera. So that's all there is to it. Really easy setup. I mean, hopefully this is helpful to somebody. I know this was really helpful to me when I first figured out how to do this. I cannot tell you how much pain it saved. I used to be tracking to the camera, and oh, that was not fun. That was a bad idea from the get-go. And of course, then once I found out about this, I had to change everything, so it helps to know these little things beforehand, so you can set it all up and have it working for that. But there you have it. That's all there is to it. God bless. Subscribe to our YouTube channel here, or on Vimeo, or on Facebook. We have a blog on Blogger. Of course, we have our website. And I think that's all there is. Thanks for watching.